The XRP problem no one's talking about just got exposed, and it could be silently capping your gains. It's as if they don't even want you to know. They don't want you to 10x your portfolio, because the psychological rule at play here is the authority effect. It's all about understanding human nature and how blind obedience to authority hinders growth, driving these markets through misplaced trust right now. Hang around, because I'll be explaining how this psychological tactic will give you the XY edge. Here's the thing though. The real path to that $1 million portfolio multiplier is totally doable, but it's a 10 to 15 year infrastructure play built on utility, not hype. I'm Nathan, aka Nathan of Zion. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for educational purposes only. You should always do your own research and seek professional advice. But I am your award-winning Stellar XLM crypto developer, Zion Coins founder. And I've been in crypto making serious gains, 10x in my bags numerous times, over and over and over. And you can too. Smash the like button right now if you're tired of surface level hype and ready for the real edge. Subscribe and hit the bell button so you don't miss these XY edge breakdowns that actually help you build long-term wealth. You're probably thinking right now, Nathan, XRP sitting at around $1.44 in April, down significantly from last year's highs. Everyone keeps saying utility is coming. Ripple, partnerships, ISDA membership, and potential ETF flows. Why isn't the price exploding? Well, you're right to think that, like I did before I ran the time horizon through the XY 10x scanner. Because the worst thing you could do right now is believe the loud hype and ignore the quiet structural issues. Stop chasing parabolic dreams. Here's the contrarian truth. The XRP problem no one is talking about is the ongoing escrow unlock cycle and liquidity challenges on the XRPL. Ripple's escrow still holds around 33 billion XRP with up to 1 billion unlocked monthly. Historically, a large proportion gets relocked, but net new supply still enters the market, creating persistent sell pressure and making it harder for deeper liquidity pools to form in key corridors. Even with fast, cheap transactions, if there isn't enough XRP depth for market makers to bridge major currency pairs efficiently, the network can't scale to capture the massive cross-border and derivatives flows it was designed to do. The liquidity overhang keeps price action range bound, even with partnerships with banks like HSBC, Deutsche Bank, and SBI Japan. Most people look at Ripple's announcement and assume instant moonshots, but the XY 10x scanner says slow down. This is infrastructure building, not instant adoption. Stellar and XRPL together have massive potential here. While XRP faces this supply dynamic, Stellar's Protocol 23 Whisk brings true parallel transaction processing and unified events, making batching high volume RWA payments far more efficient. Combine that with X402 AI agents and Protocol 25 zero knowledge privacy, and the ecosystem gains a real edge for compliant high frequency settlement. Ripple's ISDA partnership opens direct access to huge derivatives market, and Franklin Templeton's Benji fund on Stellar shows tokenized treasuries are already live. But the XRPL liquidity issue remains the silent drag no one wants to discuss openly. The XY 10x scanner verdict, the escrow and liquidity dynamic is XRP problem no one is talking about. It creates constant mid-sell pressure and makes deep liquidity hard to build. Yet, long-term utility as a bridge asset is still intact. XRP can serve as collateral and settlement rail, while XLM powers low-cost liquidity on the fastest layer. The common mistake that bleeds portfolios dry is blindly trusting authority figures, Ripple executives, influencers, or experts promising quick 10K targets without addressing the real mechanics. Flip it. The realistic path is 10 to 15 years. DTCC tokenization production in H2 2026, massive OTC on-chain adoption 2027 to 2033, full institutional shift by 2035 with efficient netting requiring only 1 to 5% collateral plus AI automation, constant utility demand can overcome supply headwinds and drive meaningful buy pressure on the fixed 100 billion total supply, with 66 to 67 billion currently circulate. That's the math behind the realistic long-term gains for XRP. Not hype, but utility capture as the bridge for tokenized RWAs and payments, despite the escrow challenges. Here's where it gets powerful. The XY psychological edge 10x protocol. To beat the crowd and actually profit from this, you need the right mindset. The psychological rule is the authority effect. It's all about understanding human nature. Blind obedience to authority hinders growth. The authority effect explains why so many XRP holders follow announcements from Ripple influencers or mainstream analysts without questioning the underlying supply mechanisms or liquidity realities. They trust the experts who hype near-term explosions leading to repeated disappointment. FOMO cycles and portfolios that stall when quiet problems surface. The blind trust stops independent thinking and growth. But with the XRP 10x protocol, we do the opposite. We question the authority narratives. We run our own scanner, verify the data, and focus on verifiable utility and upgrades instead of blind faith. We bookmark the Liquiplex RWA scanner, DCA into low-fee tokenized RWAs across Stellar and XRPL anchors, cross real upgrades like Whisk and Protocol 25, run realistic AI prompts to model 1 to 5% tokenization growth by 2030 and never chase hype, only buy clear adoption paths backed by on-chain evidence. That's how to turn the authority effect from a weakness into your biggest advantage. While everyone else blindly follows the next authority figure and gets stuck in the same cycle, you independently build positions in the real infrastructure plays and let compounding utility capture deliver life-changing multiples over 10 to 15 years. Here's the 5 exact tactics in my XRP long-term 10x protocol, expanded for deeper value. Bookmark the liquiplex.com RWA scanner. Check the daily pie. That tiny tokenized slice is your massive runway. Links are in the description. Cross-reference with rwa.xyz plus Stellar and XRPL anchors DCA steadily into low-fee tokenized RWAs and treasuries via pilots like Benji, track upgrades and the mechanics, monitor Whisk parallelism, now live Protocol 25, X-Ray, ZK Sync privacy, SDF enterprise targets, Ripple, ISDA integration and monthly escrow behavior. Watch how much actually gets relocked versus enters circulation. Run this realistic AI LLM prompt on Grok, Google, Gemini, Claude, or ChatGPT. Predict XRP and XLM price scenario if 1 to 5% of derivatives and RWAs are tokenized by 2030 on Stellar and XRPL. Factoring in escrow releases and liquidity growth. Watch the balance reality hit you. Never FOMO short-term hype or authority-driven narratives. Only buy clear adoption paths. Check the news and on-chain data every Friday or at least the start of the week right here on this channel. Do your technical analysis and verify escrow liquidity trends yourself. When you follow these steps consistently, your bags can 10x over years because of real utility capture, not blind trust. Quick recap. The XRP problem no one's talking about is the persistent escrow unlock cycle and resulting liquidity challenges that create middle but consistent headwinds. Yet, we're still early in the broader RWA payment shift. Stellar Protocol 23 Whisk plus X402 AI agents plus Protocol 25 plus X-Ray combined with Ripple's partnerships create a realistic 10 to 15 year path to serious gains despite the supply dynamics. The Zai 10x scanner keeps you focused on what actually works instead of following authority blindly. I've 10x multiple times by front running utility and questioning the hype. RWA derivatives and efficient bridging are the way. Stellar and XRPL are built for it. The transfer to better money and decentralized consensus is happening slowly but surely. Don't sleep on it. Build, verify, and hold long term. But if you want to ensure you're doing the right thing and not missing the exact upgrades, escrow insights, and tactics that could make or break your 10x, you need to watch the next video. The Stellar XLM problem no one's talking about, and the facts they don't want you to know. If you want to 10x your bags, smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell button, and I'll see you over there in the next one.